Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle Owens. I am Stephanie's right hand. She is the owner and artist of Frond Design Studios. At Frond, we create art from imagination alone. Our fabrics are a result of that art. We're nearly a $1 million in sales company, located right here in Creative Corridor. Now, I'd like to start by telling you a story by our artist. If you would close your eyes and imagine our next collection called Una's Garden.
Imagine running through the grass barefoot and tromping over tulips and iris and hostas. And that was my grandmother's garden. My grandma's name is Una, and she had a house down by Ellis Park in Cedar Rapids. And it was destroyed in the flood of 2008. And she had passed, thankfully, prior to that, so she didn't have to go through that. I was always touched by the garden and would kind of go there even after the house was gone. And I went to the garage. The garage was still standing, and one day I walked in and there were some tulips strewn about. It looked like some little kids had been playing. And I saw these tulips, and I gathered them in my hands, and I said to myself, gosh, if there was just my father, Una was my father's mother, and he passed away in 1993. And there were 7 tulips, and I thought to myself, gosh, if there was just one more, they'd represent all the children that she had. And as I sauntered out the side door, there's one white tulip standing there. So that is our next collection coming up, is Una's Garden, based on that story. And that's kind of how all of our art is created. Our fabric is created that way because it all comes from our heart.
And that's exactly why I came to Frond Studios. That authentic, vintage, real. We're from Cedar Rapids. Both of us are from Cedar Rapids. Frond Design Studios started in 2012. And it's a small company, design and textiles. Stephanie's been running with fabric ever since. I wanted to share with you my first week on the job and how she does run with fabric. We are a small company. There are 6 full-time employees and 8 part-time. That's it. And we run hard for a couple of reasons. We have to compete with the big players in the business. We also want to support our local communities. So when we go to trade shows across the country, we buy and build materials that we buy in that local community. We really want to support our local communities. And also because we can. That's why we do that. To get results. So this is an example of our trade show. And we do own what we call our Frond Mobile. It represents Frond Design Studios and our green logo. So this is just an example of getting results. We've been in business since 2012. The picture here represents Stephanie's first year as Frond Design Studios. Last year we opened our retail showroom. Again, to compete, how do we expand our product market set? So we opened a showroom called Delve MIY just last year. And we move not only hard, but we move fast. So we opened our first showroom last year in Cedar Rapids, in downtown Cedar Rapids. We're opening our second showroom in St. Louis next weekend. So we're really excited about the opportunities in the retail space. We like to say we frondify everything because what we do when we create is we use our imagination. So it's really fun for us to create new and innovative things. If you think about the fabric industry as a whole and you go into different fabric stores, it's been the same for 30 years. Very male-dominated industry. Stephanie's one of the only, if not the only, female owner in the fabric industry. So, she'll talk to you a little bit about her story, about where she came from and why she started in this industry. But everything we do, we try to do it different and, again, faster and harder. So there's Stephanie.
So basically, we started Frond Design Studios. I was with another company in Montreal. I was their art director, and then I also worked for my mom. Her shop is Fern Hill Gibson Quilts in South Amana, Iowa, and I worked for her for 20 years. So I was also fortunate enough then through that to be a project producer for Meredith Corporation out of Des Moines. and work with country gardens, with salvage and vintage items, along with the fabric. So it was really exciting. So for us, I was a little bit frustrated, as Michelle mentioned, with what was out there in fabric. And when I left the company in Montreal, they wanted to get more into licensing and that. And I really believed in the art fabric, the art into fabric. Everything that we do is hand generated. So whether you're the watercolor artist, Rosewood Organics, that paints the lightning, or Melissa that does the funky swirls, or I'm known for my florals. We have a really great team of artists. And we not only want to do that in fabric, but we want to then take that fabric and make something different. So you'll see, a woven piece of art, on a pillow with a canvas. You'll see bags with like leather, real leather on the bottom, upcycled from an old coat. We do the laminate there with the raincoat, perfect for today. And that's kind of what the mission started out as. And it just kind of took off from there. We've incorporated more artists and been able to create. And it has a life of its own. So it has presented an enormous amount of struggle for a crazy artist like myself to run a company, but it has also been a wonderful privilege. And so there's that.
So this is really the process. So again, she talked about she has an idea, she and 7 other designers that work for Frond. It turns into art, and then we generate something from that. We sell both wholesale, we sell to the retail market as we described, and we're also distributors. So this is what we do. We unique with a twist, with a modern twist. We vintage antiques. How do we display our products? So a lot of what we do and why Stephanie started the showroom last year was to show our wholesale market how they can present in a different way. Don't put the bolts of fabric up on the wall, and it doesn't tell the story. Help the fabric tell the story, and it will sell. Every time, Stephanie, it's really amazing. She'll go in, and she's a master designer as far as setting up a stage. She takes nothing and makes it into something. It's really fascinating. But every single time we go to any kind of trade show, any kind of event, there are customers and the stores just flocking. Oh my gosh, we've never seen anything like this before. So it's really a fun, in fact, I have to tell you this because my first show that I went to, this lady came up and said, Stephanie Brandenburg, no way, you're a real person. And she was just, and that's how well she's known in the industry, and considering how small of a company it is, we're really on the cusp of making something really fabulous here in the heart of the corridor area. We are a woman-owned business, fully woman-run, and we're looking to the community for engagement in partnerships, social media, crowdfunding. Those are the kinds of things. If we're going to turn the corner, turn this company right side up, we're looking to engage the community, and that's again why I'm here, and I'm just thrilled to be here.